The concept of Kali Arnis is taking from the holding a knife at an early age of 14. I started training Arnis. I also knew the value of holding and handling the dagger or knives.
Can you please tell us the reason why you have chosen a knife as a professional training?
It's originated from the time that the Filipino promulgate the Kali Arnis because during Spanish time, we Filipino were not allowed to carry deadly weapons. So, in training knife, we use stick and replica on it. In my opinion, we should have clear standard of the knife fighting techniques so that we can regulate the module of teaching. We should have a sort of setting level on which teach knife to student. In general, we can incorporate knife techniques in martial arts just like other martial arts that use swords and like.
Can you please tell why have you decided to start teaching?
I decided to teaching knife or kali because of this our culture.
What is the most important thing in a work with a knife?
My opinion, we should have clear standard on the knife fighting technique so that we can regulate the module in teaching. We should have a sort of setting level on when to teach knife to students. In general, we can incorporate knife technique in martial arts just like other martial arts that use swords and others knife.
Is it important for a person to have a psychological preparation before he starts training with a knife?
Knives are like guns. It can protect you or it can harm you. Proper training can help you protect yourself.
Can you please tell us how do you actually prepare your students to work with a knife?
We should teach knife technique on children in a reasonable age. They should be mature enough to know their discipline in learning the knife method. Whenever I teach, Kali teach them that technique, but at the young age. I'm not telling them that's the knife method until such time that they are matured.
Can you please share, is there any logical model of a work in the knife combat?
Knife is dangerous weapon. You should be harmony with the mind and soul. Before could learn knife fighting at this weapon should not be given to the people who have problem because they hurt other.
In your opinion, how do you think why there are so many people nowadays that are willing to teach the knife fighting technique?
Because it helps a lot for the nowadays. Some some like movies like Book of Eli and other movies. There's engaged the knife fighting scenes. So it helps a lot to protect ourselves.
Is there any certain methodology while preparing a person to work with a knife?
Yeah, there's I said before, if you train the person, there's a certain age because knife is dangerous. Is there a module for teaching? For example, there's a level 1, level 2 to teach the person because knife is very dangerous.
Can you please tell what is the first thing that you start with in training a person?
You can start the person for training for the knife fighting. Is matured enough and he know how to use the knife for the safety or not harm everybody. I teach my student. I teach knife through the wooden knife before we go to the blade concept.
Does it matter what kind of weapon, what kind of tool is used in the training, be it navaja, stiletto, or the other?
Yes, doesn't matter of weapon or you can use butterfly knife. Our system in knife is based on our modules based on modern Arnis system. Because yeah, we can translate. If you learning Kali or Arnis Eskrima, there's use you can use a double stick, one stick, stick with a knife, and then if you have a high level, you use knife, and then if you have another level, you use ground fighting technique. So the module of modern Arnis system is from you going to two weapons, going to one weapon, you're going to you call espada daga. It's combination of stick and knife, and then you go to the knife fighting system. That's the module of modern Arnis.
So what is the difference between your system and the other ones? What is the advantage of your system?
Our system is you can use two sticks, one sticks, and then you have a go to another level. You can use we call it espada daga. It's a combination of knife and sticks, and then if you go to another level, you can go to knife fighting, and then if you reach another level, you go to ground fighting technique we call dumog, or we and then we go to another level. You can reach another level. You can go to empty hand, or we call it mano-mano system. So in the module of modern Arnis, you can practice everything. You going to weapon, going to non-weapon system. We use dumog or ground fighting technique and empty hand, or we call mano-mano system. Because stick, or if you handle a stick or you handle a knife, it's an extension of your hand. If you're no weapon in your hand, you can use your hand.
Can you please tell us in detail about the Duma system and Mano-Mano system?
Dumog system is a ground fighting techniques. You can lock on the ground, you can choke in the ground, and then if you use a mano-mano system or empty hand system, you can use your bare hand as a weapon. You can doing a punching, palm strike, elbow strike. You can use locking also to your arm. Mano-mano system is we call it empty hand. So you can use your arm as a weapon. You can punch. You can execute palm strike. You can execute elbow strike, and you can execute locking.
Do you think a knife has a future in 21st century?
Yes, knife is a future weapon, because like another weapon, they can use a karambit. Karambit now, everything is if you use a karambit, you can execute also a knife.
In your system of training, is there a certain methodology? Can you describe it step by step, and what is the most important in it?
We train them by level. We have a level 1, level 2, level 3 until you reach a higher level. You can, if you reach the higher level, you can perform a combination of techniques. You have a stick, you have a knife, you have a karambit, you have a mano-mano, you have a dumog also. In first level, you have two sticks with a combination of drills and striking. And then after that, we use one stick. You can use block as a blocking. You can strike. You can execute disarming. And then Another level, you have execute espada y daga. It's a combination of swords and dagger techniques. And then if you reach another level, we have a knife fighting system or knife techniques. And then you have reach another level, we have a karambit system or karambit techniques. If you go to another level, you have a, I said, you have a dumog and you have a knife, empty hand or mano-mano system.
So what is a knife for you?
Knife is a very important tools in our lives. It's a very important weapon to protect ourselves.
What would you advise to young people that are just starting to train with a knife?
I advise them to go or to practice the knife fighting system to who knows how to protect or how to teach a knife system, because a knife fighting system is a very dangerous. If you have no knowledge about knife, you can harm everyone. So it's better to go to the lesson to learn how you can handle the knife, how you can execute properly the knife fighting system.
Is there any great master for you of knife fighting system? The person that you consider to be the greatest?
I never heard that there's a grandmaster or master in knife fighting. But I said before, in modern Arnis system or modern Arnis web module, we engage or we train the knife fighting.
Do you think are there certain criteria according to which you can say that this person is a master or this person is a professional?
Yes, there's a criteria, because if you see the person how to handle the knife, he knows how to handle the knife, he knows how to strike the knife, how to cut the edge of the knife, and how to explain how he know how to explain the safety about the knife system.
Do you prepare your students psychologically to work with the knife?
Yes, I prepare for them because I always advise to them, we doing a training, this is the dangerous weapon, the knife. So we train for using wooden knife. We train using wooden knife to avoid hurting or harmful to each other.
Can you please name several characteristics, several elements that are important in a psychological preparation of a person?
You have a good mental ability, and you have a good psychological also. It's to help you a lot for doing the knife fighting system. So, and you have no mental disorder or something else.
Is it important to have a discipline while working with a knife?
Yes, it's very important. You have a discipline to yourself, you have a discipline, and how do you respect to your partner if you go into the training also.
Can you please share the 3 most important things that are in your system?
The most important in our system is you can use the tools, harness or stick. So, and then after that, you can use a karambit for the higher level and then knife fighting. So these three techniques are very important because you learn first you learn first the sticks, you learn karambit system, and then you learn a knife fighting system, because this weapon is our extension of our arm. If you have a no weapon, you can use your arm as a weapon, or we call mano-mano.
Are there any traditions that are in your system?
Yes, because before we are ancestor, we adopt a blade concept system. We in our ancestor we use machete or it's easy to learn the Filipino martial arts or easy to learn the Arnis. We some of our grandmaster or some of our sister they translate to the sticks to easy to learn.
What is the difference between working with a machete, with a border, with a dagger, with a stiletto, and so on?
There's no different. The difference is the age. If you use machete, it's a long age. If you use the dagger or the knife, it's a short range age. So if you use a machete, you can cut, you can slice, you can strike. Same thing if you use the machete knife, you can slice, you can cut, you can stab, everything. The difference is the sizes of these tools.
Let's imagine a situation when a person is training with a knife for several years in a sport hall, let's say, in a sport place, okay? And when in real life, one is trying to attack him with a knife, he runs away. Why do you think this happens?
Because he wants the safety or he wants to protect himself and protect the self of the attacker. So he avoid engaging or he avoid fighting to save everyone. So if he engage the attacker, he can disarm and he can use the knife to stop the attacker. So it's better to avoid or it's better to protect in a safety way to avoid the situation happen or someone.
How long have you been teaching this system?
I'm teaching for almost 25 years.
Скажите, пожалуйста,
Can you describe what is the difference between your system and, let's say, Spanish system, Italian system?
итальянского ножевого боя?
Because, Arnis or Filipino martial arts came from our roots, came from our culture. So we adapt, we adapt the culture of our ancestors and some foreign martial arts adapting the Filipino martial arts. That's why I love the Filipino martial arts. You can use sticks, you can use everything in your body as a weapon, you can use car keys, you can use everything. Because Filipino martial arts is different from other martial arts. You start first to the weapon to going to the non-weapon. Other like martial arts, you can start non-weapon to going to weapons. It's a different.
Is there any strategy and tactics in your system?
Yeah, there's techniques. You can block, you can parry, you can disarm the knife. So I teach not only how to use the knife or how you can strike, how you can stab. I teach also how to disarm the knife to your opponent.
Are there certain maybe secrets or some disguised part of your system that you would like to share with us?
Yes, there's a secret in our system. You can, I cannot, this is the secret. I cannot reveal our secret. If you want, you train with us, with my group, also in the Philippines. I want to tell everyone who wants to learn a Filipino martial arts or learn karambit, learn knife fighting, you have a respect to yourself, and then you have a respect to your partner or to your partner how doing a technique. So I and then because a weapon, if you use a weapon, it's a very dangerous. So you have to control. You have a self control to motivate also to your opponent.